accountability is that what you are trying to see is that a pastor has a church, he has somebody who he can go and talk problems with him, tell him things, try to find encouragement and guidance, and that's what you say. I know many churches are facing that problem, and pastor has not really a father type to father them. And sometimes they are looking for somebody like that or an organization like that. Many times you have a lot of pastors that find a place in those organizations, but you have many pastors don't really find a place. They are rejecting them.
We spoke about this a little bit last week, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. But it's the same thing. It is better for you to have somebody where you can go, let's say a father type, or an organization that will father you, will guide you, will help you.
Yes.
But if you don't have that, the only place where you have to go is to God. But you have to pray to the Lord to give you somebody. And as long as you don't find that, you're going to have this fight. You're going to have this struggle. And but I believe that it is good for a pastor or for a leader
to be accountable
to
somebody.
Right.
Pastor Galvin, do you agree?
Well, I agree because without it you can do nothing. And it's also to talk about the level of accountability. You know, take for example, when you have a covering, the person who has a covering, the father of the pastor.
Let me hold you right there. I mean, I think it is clear that we assume that it's nice to have a father over you.
Yeah.
What about accountability to one another?
That's what I'm trying to.
I want you to focus on that.
What I mean is that the father is not in the church every time. So there are things you couldn't see.
Yeah.
So what happened is that in the church itself, there must be a structure that is created that can enforce accountability. Take for example, like in our church, what we do is that we have every department. You know, we have leaders in every department.
Yes.
But there's somebody that is not in that department who is a coach to the leader there. That means he can always see the leader and also talk with the leader. So there's always an accountability. He reports to him what is happening. And then we have a connection with the coach to that person. So constantly you see a kind of movement, you know, that we see what is happening. Even me, who is a pastor, I have eldership around me, pastoral team around me. They have also the right to speak into my life. There are some areas where they say, yeah, pastor, what is happening here?
Yeah.
We don't understand it, you know. Then they have every right. And then I have to be accountable to them, explain to them why I have made a certain decision, you know, because I need to have them go in line with it. You know, I think the problem we have in many churches is because we don't have multiplicity of leadership.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you share every secret with your wife?
Yes.
Ministerial secrets as well?
The point is, yes, you know what I do? When I have any person, like I said last time.
Because it's in the context of accountability, that's what I'm asking this question.
When somebody come to me and he has a certain thing to say, I will ask him, if it's a man, for example, what I want to talk about is about manly issue that a woman is not, you know, I was okay. I can understand some area. But there are things that I said, I cannot handle it alone. My wife we're together. That means when you tell me it is safe, but with me and my wife.
Okay.
Depending what it is, you know. But in most cases, let me say almost, I tell my wife because I think it's important. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are accountable to your wife,
yes,
and she's accountable to you.
Yes. Yeah, right.
All right, Pastor Eddie, give us your take on this.
I think that you should be accountable in everything, because I think that the moment you're accountable, as I just mentioned, it's like, you know, closing bad things to come in.
Yes.
I believe that if a person starts living without accountability, the devil is able to move you all around the place and you never know. Because if I've seen many times I share something with, at the moment I'm not married, but you know, I share some things with good friends in the ministry. All my brothers and sisters are ministers, you know, so I have people where I can talk with. I have, you know, leaders in the church, you know, where I can talk to, you know, my pastor, you know, so there you have to, and you can tell one person everything, but it's like God is putting some people in on your path that you can share this with this one, that with that, you know, problem, that with, you know, I I've seen through the years that all kind of people God puts around me to be open to them.
Yes.
And sometimes you can tell somebody certain things. It's like God is forbidding you to talk about it. It's like, it's putting a watch before your mouth, not to talk.
Yes.
About certain things. But at the other person, you tell him, you tell that person. And so I see that, and that brings also a liberty because you're free.
You're free.
Free. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have secrets.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the moment you don't have secrets, I think the devil has no hand upon you.
Absolutely.
That's true.
The moment something is in the dark,
Yeah.
he's working in the dark, and he's gonna try to work you in the dark.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. But I'm asking myself,
Yes.
Apostle Dr. Luis, we're talking about this
Accountability.
but in which structure? The structure of the church
Yeah.
or the structure of the body of Christ? Because I know you, I'm talking to you, just laughing, I know you as a pastor, and I have to start learning you before I start telling you my problems.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to take time.
Time, yes.
But I believe so that when we talk about this accountability, we have to give them the right place in the church, because the church must have a good leadership.
Yes.
And this must put in such a way that we know that we must be accountable. Even the pastor must be accountable to the elders.
Yes. Absolutely.
And the others can correct him.
Yes.
Because maybe he's going wrong, you don't even see it.
Yes.
You don't understand it till we open his eye. So if he is a right pastor, he's going to also listen to his leaders. But let's look at in a greater forum, like for example the body of Christ. Let's see something is going wrong in my church. I'm looking for a pastor of another church to be able to go and to talk with them about this.
Yes.
We don't have this body here.
Yes.
We don't have it. I believe it's a good prayer point
Yes.
to bring to God to help us to have such.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, any closing remarks? Our time is up already. Any what you want to just keep in regarding this topic on ethics? Because with ethics, then we can function better, we can function professionally, and we can be trustworthy in the community as well. And so I think we have done the best we can as far as this topic is concerned. Pastor Eddie, any closing word? Pastor Kevin, Dr. Texel, any closing word very quickly, and then we'll sign off.
I just wanna say this, that it's so beautiful when you have people around you that are open, and you can open yourself up to them. And if we call ourselves the body of Christ, we should be part of one another. That's what I want to say.
Well, as I conclude, I think that one of the most important things to build a strong ministry is faithfulness and this ethic. It's just like a belt, that you put around your waist. Every other tools we have is hanged on that belt. When that belt is gone, everything falls down. So you need to hold it very fast. Make sure that the belt you have is very tight. And we need to, as pastors, we need to work on our ethical values and also our faithfulness values. These are very important. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you. It's been wonderful. Have you already spoken?
Well, it's wonderful to be here with you guys and talking about this thing. It's really a hot issue, and I believe we need pastors to come to the conclusion that they have to form a group of a responsible pastors who can lead these other ministers and help them. Maybe it's a wonderful prayer topic, like I said before already, and that these things can start playing in the churches, how to help the body of Christ and those ministers that has this problem. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
We've enjoyed the company, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much, and please keep praying for us. And I want to say a big thank you to our panelists, Dr. Texel, Pastor Kevin Onyema, and Pastor Eddie Long. God bless you richly. I appreciate you wonderfully, and I hope the Lord will give you the grace sometime in the near future to come back. Bye-bye. Please stay tuned for our next segment, social segment. We are committed to bringing you the best of programming. Stick around.
Imagine me, although my mind said